Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Today we're going to be having a look at the ground leaks for the next major update, 2.23, and also at the same time give a few thoughts before we go into it. If you just want to skip to the leaks, I have put chapters in the video, so you can just check them there. And also understand, we're going to be doing 3 separate videos. There's going to be an air one, a ground one, and a naval one. This will be the first one that you see, the other 2 will be out later in the day. So, the basic reason why I'm doing these videos is after I made the video talking about the F-16, talking about leaks and the culture around it, I read a lot of the comments under the post and also under the Dumb Predictions video and a few others. And I feel like it seems a lot of people enjoy these videos, and at the same time, we can use them as platforms to basically learn about some stuff, even if it doesn't come to the game, or if everything is fake. It just means that we can have a look at things. And it does also give me an opportunity to kind of delve into the history of some of these stuff and find some interesting stories to kind of share with you guys. So the basic thing is, I think I'm going to change my mindset when it comes to this stuff. Instead of it being seen as, overall negative, because of the feedback that you guys have given, I think it's important to, kind of have a look and have a think about it. So we won't in the future talk about it in a negative light. Instead, we'll talk about them in a optimistic light, which I think is personally important. But just understand from this point and going forward in the future, all the leaks that happen are, of course, up in the air. Nothing is set in stone. Nothing is ever, going to be fully correct in the way that it's set up. But it does mean that I'll be going forward into it with more of a positive mindset. So yeah, as simple as that. Your feedback does matter when it comes to the stuff that I make. At the end of the day, it will always be up to me what I create, but general conversations around it and general thoughts around it are always appreciated. Anyway, as always, if you do enjoy the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and also like it. Let's get into the ground leaks. So the first vehicle on the list is the M728CEV, which is a combat engineering vehicle. This is labeled as a premium, and it's basically an M60 with a chode gun. This vehicle has access to some pretty cool stuff. Mainly it has access to a 165mm M135. This is a licensed copy or licensed built copy of the 165mm L9A1 gun. This is actually on the Avery, the Centurion Mark V Avery we have in the British tree. So this would be the equivalent of America getting the Centurion Avery. And I feel like a lot of people enjoy the Avery. I'm personally not a huge fan of it. I don't really like the Hess shell and how it works. But at the end of the day, to have another one in the game just to kind of launch rounds and have a bit of fun with, why not? It probably will also get access to the enhanced repair, which will be pretty cool, and maybe some other features. Some additional things it can add is, of course, a crane boom, which will be quite nice, and also all of the other stuff which is about. Depending on which variant they pick, it really depends on which M60 they kind of fit it to. The vehicle itself has been around since the 60s. There's also different variants of it. You got the 728 and also the 728A1, which is obviously built off the M60A1. Maybe we'll have a standard tech tree one of this, but I highly doubt it. It'll probably just be a premium to go forward with. The next one is another Gepard for Germany. This is specifically the 1A2 variant. Now, there are some other variants of the Gepard which would be cool to see. There's a Dutch variant, which is the CA1. This actually has access to a different radar. But the 1A2, which is in the list here, for Germany, the major difference between the standard Gepard we have and this one is that it gets a new fire control system. This was kind of a modernization package or an upgrade package, which served until, the mid-2000s. And it also had access to a new round. The new round itself is the FAPDST, the FAP round. And the thing about the FAP round, it is actually a frangible armor-piercing discarding sabot. Basically, the way it works, this is from Quora, the round consists of a brittle tungsten alloy penetrator, ejection molded in a plastic sabot with a integral plastic band. The penetrator is designed to fragment even at low impact angles against thin plates, and after the penetrator has punched through the outer shell of a hard or soft target, including those made of composite materials, the round disintegrates into fragments, which then progressively break up into a cascade of ever smaller particles, which sounds pretty cool. Also, at the same time, if you are keeping up with the invasion of Ukraine and the conflict going over there, what was given to the Ukrainians by the Germans was Gepard 1A2s. So if you've seen any videos of them, they're all 1A2s. The last vehicle for ground is the T-80U M2, which is an event vehicle, which got announced today in a devlog, so that's obviously coming. The major difference between the T-80U M2 and the standard T-80U is that it has access to the Drozd's APS, and then also has access to no thermal imager. Everything else is pretty similar compared to it, and it's another vehicle that was destroyed in Ukraine. So for some reason, they were sending prototypes to the front lines. Who knows? But the other thing to also note is, I know there's not a ton of ground vehicles here, but remember, this update is focused more around the next generation of fighters or jets or just general stuff for aviation. So not a ton of ground, wouldn't be too much of a surprise. Anyway, as always, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. I'd like to thank Forge, Siegebreak, Carrion Crow, Nicholas Richardson, Elove Goat, Pyman, Winter Scientist, Merciless Reaper, Orange Tail, Teddy, Daniel Stanton, Moxie, B. Young, and also Sem Arslan, Wilkski, Uncle Bean, Derek R., Bareen, Lafouche, and Samuel Slick for supporting the channel.